We just talked to Jamie Haywood. He said the glitch in that app, it's been fixed. What can Uber do to satisfy London's regulators so that they don't have to completely shut down in the city?
Yeah, look, I think ultimately they were caught flat-footed, and I think they dropped the ball a bit. Now, they need to significantly step up their game to make sure they stay in London, because we're talking not just 45,000 drivers, 3.5 million consumers. This would be a 3 to 4% revenue hit to Uber. So I think there's a lot of pressure on them to handhold the safety issues with the regulators within London.
Dan, is this proving that even under Dara Khosrowshahi, changing the culture of Uber is harder than maybe some had assumed?
Yeah, I view this as a black eye for Dara as well as the rest of Uber, just that they're in this situation after it's been a back and forth for 2 years. So it's not like all of a sudden this came out of nowhere. I mean, they knew this was coming up in terms of, this sort of line in the sand in terms of the date. And ultimately, I think it's one that surprised Uber, surprised investors. And right now, this is key to their European footprint. And there's a worry about a ripple effect if the UK does not bend.
So, Dan, we're talking at this point about a business model that was all about sort of operating in these sort of gray areas of regulatory control. Can Uber really make a transition away from the fringes of regulation and be sort of, I guess, a good actor, if you will, not just in London, but really in the other cities around the world?
Yeah, look, for them, that's going to be the balancing act. I mean, there's 100 million consumers that they're going to need to focus on. I think if you look at it right now, that for them is really how they need to step up their game from a regulatory perspective, because it's not just within London. Look what's happened in New York City. Look at AB5 in California. Right now, bright spotlight on Uber. And so far, investors have been disappointed how they've handheld regulators through this situation.